Hey, it's Greg here with Maritime Gardening. I'm out here just on a weekday evening doing some planting and trying to do more videos like this. So I just thought I'd show you what I'm doing, what I've done over the last couple days since my garden tour. So over the weekend I got that bed, this bed, and this bed ready. This time of year I try to get out and do one thing a day unless it's raining or something. It's been raining the last couple days, so I just couldn't get out. So this one here, I got the bed all prepared and I planted some potatoes and then mulched with leaves. Over here I got the bed all prepared and I planted carrots. They're all planted. You see I got the paper down to prevent weeds in between the rows of carrots. Okay, once the carrots get to a certain height, I take away the pieces of wood and I'll just throw down leaves or grass clippings or whatever I can mulch that with. I'll throw that down. Over here, I'm going to plant beets tonight. I was out here a couple days ago, and I got all this paper down and everything, but then it started raining too much, and I couldn't do it. And last night it was raining, so I got to get it done tonight. Would have been better to get this stuff done before all the rain, because then I wouldn't have to water it, but that's where we are. Also, I guess in preparation, so I had all this nice soil here, sort of like nicely screened soil. So I just put that bucket over it so that it's not waterlogged, so it's easy to work with. I like to make a little furrow, plant the seeds, and then put some of this nice compost over top. This is good fertile soil, but never hurts, right? It's just part of my process. Not absolutely essential. You know, I can make a furrow, plant the seeds, and just move this back and pat it down. That's fine. But I like having some really good stuff to put on top. It just gives me confidence. I think it's more psychological than anything else. So I hand the camera to my daughter. I'll get planting. You can see how I do this. The other reason I like to use a bit of screened soil to put on top is just I know that whatever these beets have to go through, or whatever the seedling is, it's nice. It doesn't have any rocks in it. It doesn't have any, you know, pieces of leaves. Right, the seedling can get up and push through. All right, so the variety I'm planting here is called First Crop Beets. It's all dirty because I meant to plant this the other night when I was out here. My hands were all dirty, but it just started raining too much, so I had to call it quits. All right, so I get the seeds like this, and I just try to put one every inch or so. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just, you know, these have a pretty good germination rate. They're going to be thinned down to about one plant every inch or so. I've had people comment on my videos saying this looks tedious, right? But I mean, it takes a minute a row, and it's for anything involving planting, it really pays off to do. Let's do another row here. It pays off to be exacting at the early stages, at the prep stage, at the design stage. Like cutting this paper from leaf bags and finding stuff to weight it down and laying it all out. It's all tedious, but it saves me from having to weed, you know, like 80% of this bed, there's not going to be any weeds growing because we've got something that'll smother them out. Paper will break down eventually. By the time this paper is broken down, it'll be a good month or so from now, and we'll have more mulch over there. Right, so it's a great way to just deal with this stage of the garden. All right, so I think that's good for that row. Now I'll just show you what I do with this stuff. I like to put it in both my hands and just sort of go like that. Right, you can see it's got some some sand and all kinds of stuff in it. Right, that just I got a couple compost bins I make compost in, and I screen it. Now the reason there's a bit of sand in this is because some of this compost was from weeds that were growing in the pathways of my garden. Pathways are mulched with sand, right? So do that. Pat it down with your hands so that when it rains, the rain doesn't move the soil around too much. I mean, if you get a torrential downpour, that might rearrange your planting. But generally speaking, as long as we don't get too much crazy weather, patting down like this, right, we'll keep the seeds where I stuck them when it rains, unless we get a monsoon or something. Okay, now all I got to do is the rest of it. So we'll just fast forward this whole thing.
Technique?
Sure, yeah.
Should I show you too? Or just the garden and your feet?
Just these, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna come over you.
So I just thought I'd show another way to tamp these down. You know, if your back's bothering you, your knees are bothering you, or whatever, right? I mean, getting down, squatting down, there's ways to garden with a bad back. I'm not in that situation right now, but this is also just a faster way to do it, right? But there's all kinds of things you can do when you're gardening to sort of make it easier on your body. Using tools saves you all of that. Now we just need some water. Pond, the water is not clear, but that's just the way it is. For whatever reason, the fish don't mind. Got our water. Right. You have to drink that water, you get very sick.
That's true.
All right, there we go, all done. If it was a bit drier, I might have needed more water than that, but I mean, it's been raining, so the soil is very, you know, saturated with water as it is. I just wanted to make sure that the seeds got a good soaking. And just speaking to the fact that I drew that water from my pond, and I should do a dedicated video on this, I just thought I'd mention it. There's some people I've noticed in comments thinking that the secret to my garden and the reason everything works so well is that there's like ridiculous amounts of fertilizer from fish poop and stuff in my little pond. Like that somehow my pond is the magic secret and that's why everything's doing well. I have a pond in my garden because I like it. Okay, I like fish. It makes me feel good. And I have a pond in the garden because it always has water in it, so I don't have to run a hose. This garden's a good distance from my house, over 50 feet from my house, and I just can't stand running hoses and stuff like that. So over the years I've figured out ways to just use a pond. The water's right there. Yeah, there's some nutrients in the pond from the fish poop and stuff like that, but I really don't think it's the deciding factor in the garden here. Right? The deciding factor is just having good soil. and that means using a mulch all the time, and maybe once every 3 years putting an inch of horse manure over every single bed where things grow. That's the secret. There's no magic to it. Right. Anyway, little update. That's where we are this time of year. It's like the first week of or second week of May. We're getting some things planted. Some things are going in the ground. Some things are being direct seeded. Also got peas planted in another garden over there. Let me show you that. Shoot, let's make sure I wrap up.
This one?
Yes. So this bed here has peas planted. You can see there's a pole going down the middle. That's just so I know where the peas are. So I've got a row of peas. Each one's about 2 inches apart on either side of that pole, all the way down the length of it. And I started putting some cardboard down just to keep weeds from growing. Once the peas are about 6 or 7 inches high, I'll plant a row of potatoes on either side of the peas, because I found they work well together. But I don't want to plant the potatoes too soon, because they grow so fast they'll shade the peas. So I want to have the peas higher than the potatoes at all times so they don't get smothered out, because once potatoes start growing they really fill in, right? But that's what's going on here. So that's pretty much, aside from parsnips, that's most of what I got planted in the garden. Everything else is still going to go in. Remember, a lot of things aren't going to be planted until the beginning of June, because it's just too cold. But we still have a few things to go in. I'll film that when we get to it. Anyway, I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. If you want to help support the channel and everything I'm doing here, check out my sponsor, Vessi Seeds, and my new sponsor, Sprout Box Garden. Details are in the description box. Vessi gives you free shipping, and Sprout Box gives you 10% off if you use my coupon code, and free shipping on orders over $499. All the details are in the description box. Otherwise, until next time, get out there, get at it, have fun in your garden. Thanks for watching. That's it.
Bow, bow, bow.
I got more to do.